Samindabadris. Then came what? Spontaneously accomplished the treasury of the Dzongchen. Dzongchen. Then that is sharp Vajra of the awareness standards. So that is really what the teaching came. Teaching came. That is. Now we talk about this again. As I said, so this title, not just only this, in the Buddha teaching, always in the teachings say that title really captures or explains the essence of the teachings, condenses the meaning of the entire teachings. So this book or this teaching, Sherik Dorje Nӧnpo in the Tibetan and the English, I think sharp Vajra awareness is this title. That is what sharp Vajra awareness is now. And first one is if I talk this way, of course you can look to the other commentaries too, but if I explain this way, first group, that means the primordial pure expansion of Samana Vajra is essence of the true teachings. Cutting thoroughly true teachings. And the second group, the spontaneous and completed treasure, is Thogal teachings. Thogal teaching explained. So that means this book is explaining of the true practices and Thogal practices. Thogal practices. That's it. And so the first is the Trikyu. Trikyu is, by this of course, this is also teaching, this Trikyu and Thogas are the essence teachings of the Mengadi, pit and stockings, as I mentioned yesterday, and I'm sure you heard that from other great masters. It's the essence of teachings of the Mengadi. And this Trikyu is what? Cutting thoroughness or cutting incidentally everything. Thoroughly means everything. So that means what? Cutting instantly, thoroughly all the dualities. Instantly. Not kind of waiting the time or sometimes. No, they're instantly cutting the dualities. Duality is what? Grasping and clinging to the subject and object. And as well as ignorance. And then if we let it divide, a little bit more larger detail, then grasping such as self and others. Grasping to our poems, our speech, our voice, our mind, the way we think, all that. We grasp it, we cling. Oh. Those are graspings. Then with that we fabricated more graspings, those tools. Those are known as the emotions. All the emotions, they are grasping, they are clinging, they are holding. Holding. So those are the grasping. The instantly cutting through that. So that means Dzogchen technique, Trikyu technique. When we apply that Trikyu tea practices, that instantly cutting all the conceptions, all the thoughts, and all the really even the trace of that thought are completely cut. Cut that without cutter and cut. Instantly cut it. Cut it. That is what is called Trikyu, the main word Trikyu, instantly cut it. And what that cut is, where the cut is cut to the pure state. Kadam here said, in the Tibetan word, Kadam. Primordial pure. Primordial pure state is cut. So that pure state cut out all the duality fabrications. unnecessary things, all that which bothered us so many lifetimes, now instantly cut that in the purity primordial status. Pure, primordial pure expenses. That we really cut. And what that is named as Samana Badari in the Dzogchen teaching. Samana Badari. Samana Badari is Samana Badara and the Samana Badari. True. And those are generally ordinal Buddha. What is really, they actually, according to the teaching, is the same. There's no really big difference. And when you say Samana Badara and the Samana Badari, slightly different is. The Samana Badari is merely, it kind of let me emphasize on the display or the energy or the clarity aspect of nature. We say the Samana Badari is slightly emphasizing on the emptiness, the openness state of the nature. Reality, both are same state, and that's why both also in the union state. We make the illustrations. They are the union states. This union indicating the emptiness and the appearance, or emptiness and the clarities are in the union states. Also, this Samana Badara, or this pure from the beginning over the translated here, primordially pure experiences. Its another name is also Panya Paramata. Or Samana Badara is another name is Panya Paramata. How is that Panya Paramata? Again, on illustration level, I'm sure you saw those Mother Panya Paramata, but absolute Mother Panya Paramata, which is known as Mother of the all four children. Mother of the all four children. Great Mother, which is Mother of the four groups of children. What are those four children? Children of the Arhatas, children of the particular Buddhas, children of the Bodhisattvas, and children of the Buddhas. All these children born because of the Mother Panya Paramata. Therefore, is metaphor, is mother. Because without this, there is no Arhata, there is no particular Buddha, no Bodhisattva, and no Buddhas. Because of this, we can, each of us, we can born, take the birth in our potential, in our state. Therefore, this is known as Great Mother. How that Great Mother is, that is reclined in the Heart Sutra in the beginning, is called praised by the Rahula to the Mother Panya Paramata. Great Rahula says. And some say it is the Rahula of the Buddha's son. And some say there is a famous Mahasiddha known as Rahula, which is also another name, many masters said, is Sara, same. He prays, what is it? Unborn, unceasing, natural as the sky. Inexpressible, inexpressible, and the Panya Paramata, unborn, unceasing, natural like the sky or sky only discovered by the discrimination, awareness, cognition. I'm roughly translating. You know better than me. That is Mother. This is the Mother Samana Badri. That is, when we abide in that, that is also Dzogchen Trekchu teaching. And for this, according to the teaching of the great masters, such as, all the masters, also very highlighted by the great master, Master Menju Shiri Nönpo Rinpoche, in his teaching said what? In India, Ajaya Chandrakarti, in Tibet, great master Rungzom Pa, both established perfect philosophy of the great emptiness, pure from the beginning. So, that according to the teaching, the true aspect of the teaching, of this emptiness aspect of the teaching, and the Madhyamaka or Panjaparamata teaching is the same. There is no difference. In that level, all the Madhyamaka, Panjaparamata, and as well as the Mahamudra, and as well as Chu practice, or the Shivji practices, and Sajava school, grade Sajava school said Lamde practice, those all really lined up same thing according to teaching. Teaching or grade, according to grade masters. Yeah. Even though there are slightly different techniques and skills and methods to approach that, but reality is the goal is the same according to teaching. So this is what this nature is. This is Samanabhadra status. So that is Kadak Trichu status. Then unborn, all that. Really, this is what. So this is the essence of the Trichu teaching, that explaining this. And then next one is Lundrap Dzogwa Chimidu in Tibet, and then is got spontaneous accomplish it. And treasure of Dzogchen. That is, this spontaneously accomplishing treasure is the Thogal practices. Essence, condensed meaning of the Thogal practices. Why that means? What that means? Because this emptiness, what we're discussing, the true, the pure from the beginning, this primordial pure expenses is not hollow, is not blank, is not negation status. That we heard so many times, and I'm repeating that again today too. It's not negation, it's really according to teaching. Teaching. And every teaching is not negation. It's openness. It's a pervasive, infinite. And it's just pervasive. That pervasive openness, infinite, completely pervasive, equally the qualities and the clarities or the richness. Since it's so pervasive, there is no end, no center. It's beyond of that. What the great in the teaching said, the great master Nagarjuna said, when they don't have any boundary, how you can say this is center? There is no center. Center. That's the pervasive. That pervasive, that infinite, that vastness is completely pervaded by the qualities or clarities. What that clarity is, those are known as quality of the enlightenment, quality of Buddha. So that means pure from beginning, the pervasive purity state is already enlightened. And Buddha is right with us. With us. For that reason, Tantra known as Tani or Vajra. It said, every living beings are Buddha. But they don't see. Because due to the mishandle of the duality covered. Otherwise it's Buddha. So this nature, our own nature of the mind is pervasive, infinite. Therefore, when we look to our mind, do we find any center of the mind? Do we find any edge of the mind? Anything? No. That's called the inner space, sometimes in teaching names. It's a total vastness state. But that vastness is completely pervaded with the qualities or the richness. What that richness? Those are in the Buddha teaching said all the quality of the enlightenments, kayas and the wisdoms. Kayas and the wisdoms and all the inconceivable richness of the enlightenment. Those are many times in Vajra teaching or in the teaching named luxuries of the Sambhokayas. So it's luxuries, no poverties, no shortages. No something is missing, really. It's pervasive. And how that came, how that richness came, here